82, the email address lrushbo@eibnet.com. And the Justice Department got their homework assignment in on time to Judge Smith at the Fifth Circuit Court in Houston. He demanded a 3-page, single-page letter. And that really ticked off the left, that this judge would essentially issue a homework assignment to the Department of Justice. What really ticked off the left was that the government lawyer acknowledged, oh yeah, Judge, there's judicial review, and we accept that. And the judge, the left says, should have accepted that. Instead, he issued this order that the department itself issue him a 3-page, single-spaced letter memo explaining their understanding of judicial review. And it is 3 pages long. And it is single-spaced. And it was signed by Eric the Red himself, Eric Holder. And in a nutshell, the Attorney General, Eric the Red, claims that the Department of Justice supports judicial review, and Obama's comment shows that he did too. That's what it says. That's when you boil it down, which, of course, is untrue. Obama's the exact opposite. Holder says that laws passed by Congress are I've never heard of this word, presumptively constitutional. Laws passed by Congress are presumptively constitutional, even though Holder's own DOJ is fighting the constitutionality of the Defense of Marriage Act as we speak. This is one of the ironies of this. While Obama's out there saying that courts never overturn, they're asking the court to overturn DOMA. Even though DOMA was passed by a duly elected Congress, duly constituted bill, whatever. But both Obama and Holder have pronounced it to be unconstitutional. There's a story here today, Reuters, White House in damage control over Obama's Supreme Court remarks. They're not in any damage control. He said exactly what he intended to say. There's no damage control going on. That's the illusion. They want you to think that there's damage control going on. That's exactly what Obama meant to say. And we touched on this yesterday, but it is so truly hilarious. Might be worth going into a little bit more detail because at the very least it shows Obama's ignorance and arrogance. Yesterday, the White House spokeskid, Jay Carney, said that Obama merely made an unremarkable observation about 80 years of Supreme Court history, which is remarkably clueless even for the Carney kid. Obama's so-called observation was inaccurate in every aspect. If it was so unremarkable, why are so many people remarking on it, including Obama? Why do we have this story about damage control? Obama was campaigning when he made this statement, and he was campaigning to the stupid. I'm sorry to have to repeat this to you, but we may have people listening today that weren't yesterday. This whole thing, Obama has decided that he's going to get reelected on the stupid. What he basically was saying was, these guys on the court are going to take away your health care. And they're not allowed to do that, but they're going to do it. They want to take away your health care. And they better not. They better understand. I'm warning them. No mystery what Obama was doing, and this idea that he's in damage control is laughable. Well, I don't assume the stupid are listening here, Snerdley. Snerdley wants to know if the stupid are smart enough to know I'm talking about them. I don't assume the stupid are listening. Well, I don't know. Well, maybe the stupid will hear about it. But then the question is, will they be smart enough to know that I'm talking about them? It's sort of like when you ban the ugly and you say make it voluntary. Then the question becomes, do the ugly know they're ugly? There's no scientific data on that. Do the stupid know that they're stupid? Probably not, by definition. The stupid think everybody else is stupid. But they're smart enough to know that Obama's looking out for them, not Bill O'Reilly. They think Obama's looking out for them. And so here's Obama telling them essentially that the court doesn't have the right to take away their health care, but they're thinking of doing it. That's what he's telling them. No damage control here. What they're trying to do is structure this so that Obama doesn't have to take it back. It's a campaign statement. That's all that's going on here, is an attempt to massage this. Now let's move on to, no, I haven't forgot CNN stuff, but this just happened. We'll get to that here in just a second. There was a story in the Politico today. Jeffrey Toobin, CNN, judges deranged by hatred. After accusing a federal appellate court panel of having a hissy fit about Obama, outspoken CNN legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin said today that the order requiring the president to explain his beliefs about judicial review was a disgrace, and he called some Republican judges deranged by their hatred for the president. I think these judges have done as a disgrace, Toobin said on CNN. What President Obama said was entirely appropriate. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing controversial. He said, I signed a law that was passed by a democratically elected Congress, and I think it's constitutional. And then these judges gave the... If that's all he's... Who are we kidding here? So Toobin has decided that he, too, wants his audience to be comprised of the stupid. Which may well be the case at CNN. But he's still asking me, you sure there are no stupid? If the stupid come to the show, they don't stay stupid long. They either leave or they become smart. By definition, the stupid don't listen here. One of two things happens. The stupid tune in, don't understand it, and leave and go back to Entertainment TV or try to find Snooki reruns, or they get smart. Pure and simple. Now, this, Mr. Toobin, let me see if I can help you understand something, because you people on the left, by virtue of your reaction to some of the questioning in the oral arguments, you really, Mr. Toobin, you don't understand constitutionalists. You don't understand people who love the Constitution. You don't understand conservatism. You don't understand conservatives. You don't understand the concept of limited government. Let me try to explain to you what might be going on here. Mr. Toobin, you have, in the case of Judge Smith, I don't know him, I'm assuming that Judge Smith loves the Constitution. I think Judge Smith loves the Constitution far more than he hates it. Why is it that every time that there is a political dispute, you people on the left have to assign hate to it? And automatically you exempt yourselves. You are the haters. You are the people that have this barely controllable rage coursing through your veins, not us. But Mr. Toobin, what's happening here, there is a battle for this country going on. This is not insignificant stuff, and it's not a laughing matter. When the President of the United States makes it plain that he doesn't think the court has the right to find his bill unconstitutional, that matters to a sitting judge. You think the judge did this for political reasons? The judge did this to embarrass Obama? The judge did this because of what the President of the United States said, and it's about time somebody asked this guy, who are you and what do you really believe? And that's what the judge was doing. Mr. Toobin, there are some of us who are really worried about losing our country. There are some of us to whom none of this is a game. There are some of us who look at life through a prism other than, will it help Obama get reelected? There are some of us who look at these events as being life-changing, nation-changing, and in some cases unrecoverable. This judge is not deranged by hatred. If anything, the judge has a love of the Constitution and wants to see that it's upheld, and he doesn't want it trampled on by the highest executive officer in the land. But if the president wants to sound as though he's ignorant, which he did, if he wants to sound like he doesn't know what he's talking about, it's perfectly within this judge's purview to find out if we have a president who knows what he's talking about when it comes to the actions of the courts. And whatever Obama's motivation was, when he came out and warned the court, and when he told them that it's unprecedented to overturn laws that have been duly constituted or passed by a duly constituted body, that sounds like he doesn't know what he's talking about, Mr. Toobin. And that's frightfully dangerous. So anyway, the letter has been turned over to the judge by Eric the Red, and once again said, hey, the DOJ supports judicial review. Obama's comments show that he did too. We believe that laws passed by Congress are presumably constitutional. That's it. We're fine. Everything's cool. But they're deranged out there. Judges deranged by hatred. What these judges have done is a disgrace. The judges give the Justice Department a homework assignment, a 3-page letter, single space, explaining what the president said. There are people that want to know, Mr. Toobin, who this man really is. There are people who want to know exactly what his intentions are. There are those people, Mr. Toobin, they love the country. They are not consumed with hatred.